Good evening, Snooker World, and welcome to episode 43 of the 15 Red podcast on April the 4th, 2021. And tonight, joining me from Burton-on-Trent is the one and only Graham. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mike. Oh, good morning to you. How are you?
Very well, very well. Enjoying a beautiful day on the West Coast.
Fantastic here too. Sunlight filtering through the room and filtering through the curtains. It's fantastic.
So just to let everyone know, Scott and his almanac are taking a day off today.
Yeah.
He would be back in full force tomorrow, joining us for finals coverage.
The almanac is tired from turning the pages, I think.
Exactly. So today we're going to talk world qualifying because qualifying starts tomorrow. And just an update, we put a poll up between who's going to win between Hendry and Jimmy White. And as we went on air, it is split evenly, 64 votes each.
Fantastic. Well, I went for White. Just because of the experience that he's got against Hendry. You know, not against Hendry, and he's obviously, knows of Hendry, but I think the current form, White.
I agree with you on that. The season he's had has been better. But all time, Hendry is 36, 19, and 5 against Jimmy. And their last ranking match was the 2010 UK Championships, which Stephen won 9-8.
Okay then.
That's going back some.
But that's of course that was before Stephen come out of retirement or went into retirement. Now he's come out.
That's correct. Yeah.
He's lacking match practice. He's only had he had one match so far. So and lost. Well, at least he got a frame, but.
So also they played at the seniors, I believe, but the Q Tracker didn't.
I think they did.
Q Tracker didn't have that included in statistical stuff. So, and apparently they've been practicing together as well. And
okay, yeah, but I can still see Jimmy coming through. Yeah. So I think we've got Jimmy there. So what was the scores there? 68, 65?
No, 64, 64. My last check before we got together.
Wow.
So it's a close one for sure.
It is. It might go to a final frame black ball, as Scott would say.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bless you, Scott.
So just for the record, it'll be on Eurosport app and Matchroom.live if you're trying to find coverage of this match or other qualifying matches.
What time do you got the start time for that tomorrow?
It starts at 7:30 p.m.
Right. Okay.
So
should be an interesting evening one.
Yeah. Oh, I will most definitely be tuned into that. That'll be a good one for sure. So also up to 1,000 people a day are going to be allowed to watch matches at the Crucible.
That's excellent.
Yes.
I think Barry Hearn has done a fantastic job and continues to, and he's worked tirelessly. He's worked tirelessly to try and get the people in there this season. And I'm glad he's doing it. And hopefully that'll be for more. Hopefully he wants it packed for the final, and hopefully he'll get that.
Yeah, I like his idea of progressively increasing it as the tournament progresses. So
yeah, and as the government are coming out with the vaccine passports, I think that'll be good because they can show I've had my vaccine or I have a band or something, and to get in there.
Yep.
But I think you have to. I don't know if you have to pre-book or if you're in a selection of tickets, like Kelly Barker was saying. Like if you're selected tickets, I don't know how it's going to work, but
yeah. But at least you've got a plan in place. That's the first
thing. It's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
And it'll be great. I didn't like it last year. It just seemed out of the norm when there was no fans in there.
Agreed with you. Yeah. Kind of strange.
Yeah, all them covers of the seats, it didn't look right to me.
No. No, it didn't. I agree with that. All right. So we're going to talk some qualifying. And let's take a look. Have you got the page up for the qualifying page here?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. So Dan Caron, by the way, has said that he was there for the opening day on the 31st of July last year, and it was well organised.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Excellent.
It was well organised, but of course, then it got stopped, didn't it? Because of the government rules. They stopped it just a day after the tournament started.
The first day and the last day, they had people in. Other than that, it was empty.
Yeah. And I know that was Barry Hur really, really gutted. I know he was really gutted. Yeah. By the way, Dan, of course, and Kelvin says hi. Hi, Kelvin. Think Jimmy will beat Stephen 4-2.
Isn't it best of 11 though?
Oh, think Jimmy beats Stephen 4-2 at the Crucible last. Oh, he's on about the seniors.
Oh, the seniors. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So qualifying starts tomorrow.
Yep. And if you take a look at the first line, we see Jimmy White, Stephen Hendry, Zhu Si, and Zhou Yulong.
Yep. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. And the second line is Zach Shirty, Fan Zhenji.
Yeah.
Liam Highfield, if he's watching.
Hello, Liam.
Hello, Liam. And Elliot Slasser.
Yeah, he was our guest last week, by the way, Liam Highfield, last Sunday.
Was, exactly.
Yeah, because I remember him saying when he come on, he said nothing else to do on a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, Liam Highfield and Elliot Slasser. That's, well.
Who you got coming through that group?
Yulong.
Zhou Yulong? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Zhou Yulong would be the favorite, you would think, and then Slasser maybe plays him in the final, and then
although I'd like to see Jimmy White get through. I would like to see that.
But I mean, I don't know if either one of those guys are going to be able to beat Zhou Yulong or that just seems like a long way off for them.
Yeah, but Jimmy's still got the dream of winning the Crucible.
If he does it, and I respect him for that, if he does it, more power to him.
I'd love to see it, Mike, wouldn't you? I'd love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all in all, we'll go for Yulong there.
Yeah, I think we agree on that one.
The realistic one.
Oh yes, exactly. The second bracket is Ken Doherty, Lee Walker, Nigel Bond, Matthew Selt, and in the second line is Oliver Lyons, Dylan Emery, Dominic Dale, and Scott Donaldson.
Yeah. Well, Matthew Selt.
Absolutely good. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Well, Nigel Bond could face Ken Doherty or Lee Walker, and if he faces Lee Walker, they could be playing until the start of the actual Crucible first round.
Exactly.
So Matthew Selt will get through anyway.
Yeah.
Are you still playing, boys? Yeah. It's only best of 11, lads. The black ball, final frame, every frame. Yeah.
So we both got Matthew Selt, I think.
Yeah, I think.
I think
that's it. Although I like Dominic Dale, but I think Selt will come through.
Yeah, I think that's the one I would pick as well.
Yeah.
Third, we've got Fraser Patrick, Leo Fernandez, Joe O'Connor, Robert Milkins. And then the line underneath is Barry Pinches, Jamie Wilson, Jack Jones, and Kurt Mafflin. Thoughts?
Yeah, Kurt. I think Kurt Mafflin looks dangerous, and I think his performances at the World Champion last couple of years has been very high. And I think he's a very dangerous player.
Yeah.
And I think Kurt will come through that without a doubt. I think Barry Pinch is not good enough at the moment. No disrespect to you, Barry, but if you're watching, I just think that Kurt's got the edge over all of them, even Robert Milkins, the old hand.
Agreed. I hope Joe O'Connor puts in a good show because I think he's a good little player.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm not sure he's beating out Milkins or Kurt Mafflin.
Although I will say this, if Mafflin plays, it hasn't been confirmed that he's going to play yet. Neither is it with Amir Amiri, who we'll get to in a bit.
Oh, okay.
Because because they couldn't get for a few tournaments ago. They couldn't get to the Welsh Open.
Yes.
So you never know, they might not play. So then we'll be looking at a total different qualifying section for them too.
Could be move-overs there. Okay. Well, for now, I'm assuming we'll both take Mafflin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we go to the end of the first page. Gary Yang, Paul Davison, Lee Hushan, Sankam is the top line.
Mm-hmm. Upon.
Bahady, Leclerc, Bing Yu, and Tom Ford is the bottom line.
I've got to go with Tom Ford there.
Yeah, Tom Ford looks... Sankam made it last year. He beat Sean Murphy, if I'm not mistaken.
Although, yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I think you're right. But I'm not sure about Hushan. Maybe he could be surprised.
Yep.
Give off a surprise to us. But I think overall, I think Ford.
I think Tom Ford as well. So far, we're on the same page. No, I don't think there's going to be too many surprises coming through qualifying, to be honest with you. I
wonder if Scott will agree with us.
He's probably throwing stuff at the screen already.
Yeah. Probably shouting at us already, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next bracket, we've got Andy Hicks, Rhiannon Evans, Sharon, Graham Dott, and the bottom line is Billy Joe Castle, Connor Benzie, Tai Peng Fei, and Sonny Akani.
Now, Andy Hicks, who's a guy that we've been mentioning quite a lot on our podcast recently, because he's been in the World Champs, he's made so many appearances there, good experience. I'd like to see Rhiannon Evans come through it though. I'd like to see her go on a bit of a run. I can see her beating Hicks and Sharaf.
Oh yeah,
but yeah. I think overall, a Kinney for me for the whole lot of that one.
The whole lot. So you're picking Rhiannon Evans to win one match, if not two.
Maybe two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she'll play Graham Dott, of course. But I think Sonny Akini overall.
That's not a bad shout. Rhiannon Evans wins two matches.
Yeah.
That's a good
shout.
It's
possible. It's more than possible.
And you said you're taking Akini to win the group?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking Graham Dott to advance to the World Championships on that one.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I'm going with experience.
Okay.
I think he's had a pretty decent season as well. So Akini, if Akini made it in, he would be a first-time debutant, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah. I
believe. No, I believe it will be his debut. Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
If somebody can tell us different, please tell us. I'm sure there's people out there that can tell us.
Exactly.
We've had a few comments from people here.
Yes.
I agree. Kurt Mafflin is a very dangerous player, says Kelvin Platten. Keith Walker said, I'd love to see Ken Doherty qualify for the Crucible. A great ambassador for the sport and a lovely guy as well. He is. I can vouch for Ken Doherty.
Yeah.
Kelvin says Tom Ford is a great player, and Dan Cowan says yes, Tom Ford is dangerous. I agree. If he's in the right mood, of course, Tom Ford, because we have heard about his depression lately. So if he's in the right mood, very dangerous player.
Agreed. Okay, so
thank you for the comments, guys. Keep them coming.
Yeah, good discussion. So the next line will be David Lilly, Ami Amiri, Jamie Jones, Michael Holt.
Yeah.
The bottom section is Brandon Sargent, Rebecca Kenner, Andrew Higginson, and Lee Hang. Who you got?
Whoa. Well, I would say in that lot, Michael Holt.
Yeah, he's. I've noticed him. He's been good. Lee Hang, I believe. Did he get to the? No, it was Lu Ning. Lee Hang is the guy I'm going with, but
yeah,
I haven't seen much of him this season, though. I must be honest.
I might say Holt on that. That is. Yeah, we've got. It says here. Has it come up on your screen, Mike? If you refresh it, Ami Amiri has withdrawn.
Oh, okay. So Lily plays Jamie Jones. Is that
correct?
That's
because he can't get out of Morocco. That's exactly why. And that's going to make him. That's going to really make him suffer, Amiri. He can't get into tournament play.
Yeah, I know. That's just so unfortunate. Like,
Yeah.
Hope they can make sure he doesn't get penalised too heavily for not being able to get out of his country to play.
I don't think they'll do. I don't think Barry Hearn would be that harsh.
No.
But no. So he's got the walkover then as Lily. Lily now plays Jamie Jones then.
Yes. That'd be interesting for sure. So who did you? Oh, you went with Michael Holt. I'm going with Li Hang.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we go down to the next.
What do you think about Rebecca Kenner's chances against Brandon Sargent?
Well, I would say Rhiannon Evans has a better chance than Rebecca Kenner.
Agreed.
Sargent's a pretty solid player, so I think she'll give him a decent match, but I would say Brandon would be my pick to win the match.
Kelly Barker says yes, it would definitely be Sonny's debut if he makes it.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so we said that. And Kelvin says, Li Hang, slow player, but good player. Holt is always dangerous.
Yes, he is. Michael Holt is.
I agree with that as well.
All right. So the next bracket looks like a Zhao Zanbo, Ross Muir, Jamie Robertson, and Lu Ning.
Yeah.
Rod Lawler, Alex Borg, Yuan Zijan, and Liang Wenbo.
Well, you've got to go for Wenbo.
Yeah, Wenbo's funny though. He's like really hit or miss. He's either really noticeable, but he hasn't done much this season. But
no, he hasn't. He hasn't. But out of that lot, I think Wenbo should get through. If he doesn't, there's something wrong.
I know.
And no disrespect to any other player there, but I think Wenbo's strong.
There was someone I was talking with earlier in one of the chats, and he was telling me Lu Ning was going to be one of the debutants. So I wouldn't be shocked if he made it in, but I did pick Liang Wenbo.
Yes, yeah, Wenbo. But yeah, I mean Rod Lawler. I mean Alex Borg might not even play yet. Again, he might not be able to get out of Malta, but I can't see Rod Lawler going further than beating Sajon. I can't see him beating Sajon.
No,
so,
agreed.
Yeah.
So both got Wenbo.
Wenbo on that one.
The last bracket before page 2, we got Fergal O'Brien, Fergal Quinn, Stuart Carrington, Mark Davis.
Yep.
And the second line is Jamie Clark, Ulian Boyko, Jamie O'Neill, and Joe Perry.
Well, I would go there with Stuart Carrington.
That's a good pick. He's had a decent season.
I think he's young upcoming, and I think he can get past. He could get through Mark Davis,
Agreed.
And possibly Fergal O'Brien,
and potentially Joe Perry in a winner-take-all
scenario. Oh yeah, he should beat Joe Perry.
I want to give a shout out to the Ulian Boyko though.
Okay.
15, and I know he's not at the top of his playing career yet, but I could see him maybe making a little bit of noise there, maybe a winning a round or two.
Yeah, maybe getting through. But he's got Jamie Clark, who's also made it before to the Crucible. Yes. Jamie O'Neill, who I don't think has made it to the Crucible before. No. So Joe Perry has. Stuart Carrington has, I think. But yeah, I think I picked Carrington out of that anyway.
Okay, so you've got Stuart Carrington, and I've got Gentleman Joe.
Okay. What do we think to the O'Brien and Quinn game? The All-Irish affair there. What's your thoughts on that? You'd expect Fergal O'Brien to come through, but...
I would expect him to come through. I haven't seen enough of Quinn, so I would assume Fergal O'Brien would make it through to play Carrington. But I think anything's possible there, to be honest with you.
Anything's possible, Mike. Anything's doesn't surprise me these days.
No, nothing surprises me. Okay,
it wouldn't surprise me if Ronnie went out first round. And
well, we'll get to that. There's something to be said for all of that too. That's a whole different.
I know.
Yeah, agreed with
you.
And
that depends who he plays as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Carrington, Carrington has been there before apparently.
Okay.
Kelvin says. And also O'Brien, great player, but obviously obviously Perry, but Mark Davis is also a good player, quality as well. Liang Wen blows hot and cold, but I agree he should get through.
Okay, so
Kelvin as well.
Stuff. So we're
Good
going.
stuff. Thank you for the comments, guys. Like I say.
So we've got Igor Figueiredo, Fahak Ajib, Robbie Williams, and Tipshire Anu.
Yeah.
Second is Rory McLeod, Brian Ochoyski, Anthony Hamilton, and Mark Joyce.
Well, so just because he's an old favourite of mine, Anthony Hamilton.
Anthony Hamilton?
I pick him to go through. I think he'll come through Joyce. And possibly, I think McLeod will beat Ochoyski. So I think Hamilton should get through to play Chipchaya. I know it's tough to beat Chipchaya, but I think he'll come through.
I've got the same finalists. I got the same two finalists, but I'm taking Chipchaya. The way he got beat by Ronnie last year in record fashion, I think he's going to have a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. And just for that fact, I will pick him to come through and get a second shot at it.
Fair enough. Okay.
So the next line,
Although I'll be very interested in the Anthony Hamilton Roy McLeod match if McLeod gets through. I'll be very interested in that. Because I like McLeod too secretly. I think he's not bad. Not bad player, McLeod. Of course, he beat Trump one year as well. He beat Trump. So.
Yeah, I remember that match. It was one of the great surprises.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Ashley Carty, Michael White, Louis Heathcote, and one of your favorites, Ryan Day.
Of course, Ryan Day.
Second line is Peter Lyons, Mark Lloyd, Lou Hong Ho, and Ricky Walden.
Yeah, you've got to go with, for me, you've got to go with Ryan Day. He's one of my boys. Got to go with him.
Definitely one of your boys for sure.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that one. I'll pick him as well there.
By the way, interesting fact. Dan Cowan said if there's a crowd at the Crucible and Hamilton gets through, he will withdraw. Do you agree with that?
Well, isn't it already confirmed that they're going to have some form of an audience?
So Hamilton might not even want to qualify then on that score.
Yeah, that seems. I mean, I guess he gets paid. He gets something for qualifying, and then he withdraws. Is that what his plan is?
He said if there's a crowd, he'll withdraw. But obviously, like you've just said, there'll be a plan for a crowd.
No, yeah. So opening day.
Will he withdraw from qualifying?
My only answer to that is I'm guessing he gets paid something, so he will get all the way to qualify, get paid, and then that's it. He withdraws. But I agree with you. Withdraw up front.
I don't know why he would. I don't know why he would withdraw, to be honest. But just go ahead and play, Anthony. If you're listening, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it. You've got the quality. Get out there and show them, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan Day should get through, but Ricky Walden could, says Kelvin. Fair point.
Walden,
Fair point.
Finalists in the group.
Yeah. Last year he qualified and withdrew. Yes, he did.
Oh,
Hamilton did actually withdraw last year. I remember. He won't withdraw. Kelly Barker says he won't withdraw this time. He's had COVID now. Sorry, he's had COVID now, so he has antibodies. Plus, the crowd will be tested beforehand, so that might make a difference. Fair point.
Yep,
fair point. Yeah. Okay, fair point.
So we both have Ryan Day on that group.
Of course, yeah.
The next one is Alan Taylor.
Although, just to go back to that Hong Shou, he could be a surprise, couldn't he? Hong Shou, Hong Ho.
Lou Hong Ho.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a surprise, but I still think Ryan Day will beat him.
Yeah, I think it's Ricky Walden and Ryan Day will be playing each other for the 16s. Making it to the champion. I don't see anything. So we got Alan Taylor, Bai Lang Ling, Alan McManus, Ben Wollaston, And the second line is Dwayne Jones, Hayden Stanland, Daniel Wells, and Martin Gould.
Alan McManus.
Alan McManus, he says, very confident.
He should come through. I know Wollaston's a good player and that, but yeah, I think Alan McManus will get through that.
Martin Gould's looked pretty good this year. He got to the European finals, lost to Selby 9-8. He gave him a run, and he's had some decent results. So, but
no, please don't let Martin Gould get to the Crucible.
I want Martin Gould to make it.
That'll be entertaining if he does.
McManus makes it. In all fairness, I do like him as well. But I picked Martin Gould to sneak in.
Okay, Michael Hager says, going back to Anthony Hamilton, he says he has won virtually no money this season, so I think he will play at the qualifiers. Yeah. And Hamilton didn't feel safe back then. Calvin said, no, he probably didn't. That's why he didn't play.
Fair enough. Yep. Good. Yeah. All good points.
McManus. I'm going with McManus.
You've got McManus. I've got Martin Gould.
I believe you picked Gould.
Yeah, Martin Gould.
Okay.
Also, the next line is Dean Young, Stephen Hallworth, David Grace, and Jordan Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And the second line is James Cahill, Sean Maddox, Gerard Green, and Gary Wilson.
Very interesting, isn't it? Maddox and Cahill would be very interesting. Yeah,
well, Cahill, he hasn't done anything since beating Ronnie in round
one. No, he hasn't. He's sort of gone off the boil a little bit. Gerard Green, too. Sorry, Scott. I know you don't. I know you're not big on Gerard Green, but he's too slow, I think.
Yeah, he's
too slow. Gary Wilson, though. Gary Wilson's a strong player.
I haven't really seen much of him in these events this year. I remember
but he did all right. He did all right at the Crucible. Was it last year or the year before? I think it was a year before he did well.
When he lost
to semis.
Yep.
So, yeah, but Jordan Brown, I think, just through recent win at the Welsh Open. I know he hasn't done much since that, but I think he'll want to qualify, and I think that'll get him through.
Yeah, I'm going with Jordan Brown as well, but Gary Wilson, you never know. He's a bit of
he's strong, isn't he? Wilson, though. Strong player.
Very good player. I like him as a player, but this season's been a bit of a weird one for him.
Yeah.
So
he hasn't done much.
Consistency with Jordan Brown, I think.
Yeah, Jordan Brown for me.
Okay. And on to the final.
Although I am interested in that Cahill Maddox. I think Maddox might come through that one.
Yeah, me too.
Cahill.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the final page, we've got C.J. Huey versus Hamin Hossein.
Yep.
Hang Jinju and Ali Carter. And then we've got Peter Devlin, Lucas Klesser, my boy Urson Bacher, and Martin O'Donnell.
Yeah. Carter.
I think tradition and experience and all that favors Carter.
Yeah.
But there's something saying that Urson Bacher could cause an upset or two.
What about Kleckers? What if Kleckers gets through and plays Urson Bacher?
Yeah, if he beats Peter Devlin, which I would think he could, I could see him. I could see Kleckers and Urson Bacher being a great match.
That will be a good match.
That would be a great match to watch.
It would, but I see Urson Bacher coming through that though.
But yeah, Urson Bacher, and I could see Urson Bacher beating O'Donnell and maybe playing Ali Carter in a best of 19 for the group. That wouldn't be stunning. Like if I had to pick one new debutant, I would probably take Urson Bacher.
Yeah, I agree with you, but I still think the experience will take Carter through.
Yeah, I did. I must preface, I did pick Ali Carter based on experience and all that.
Although I'm not ruling out O'Donnell, but I still think Carter's good enough to beat O'Donnell as well.
If Carter should win, but if Ursbacher, or maybe even Kleckers, I mean, he's a pretty good young player too.
Yeah, not ruling Kleckers out.
If one of those guys made it in as a debutant, I wouldn't be stunned, for sure.
No, that's true.
The next line is Caper Philippak.
Carter might edge it, says Kelvin, but Dan says Ursenbacher will be a great qualifier.
I think
draw Ronnie in round 1. What a match that would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ursenbacher, Ronnie. Well, Ursenbacher beat Ronnie at UK Champs.
He did.
Yeah.
I've spoken about that match before. That was a great match from us.
Yeah.
So anyway, we move on to Philippak, Parsons, Page, and Zintong. Aaron Hill, Ashley Hugel, Sam Craigie, and Scott's boy Hussein Verhey.
Yeah. Well, Craigie.
Not.
Yeah. Because I thought he had a great run at the Welsh Open.
Yes, he did.
And I think he's got some. He's a growing player, and I think he's on the up there. And I know it would be tough against Verhey, but if he gets to play him, but I think he'll overcome Verhey. Sorry, Mike.
Yep.
But I think he would. Yeah. Craigie.
So you're going with Craigie. I'm a little more. Has Craigie qualified for Worlds before? Do you know?
I don't think. Does anybody know if Sammy Craigie's qualified? Michael Hager would know that.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
He could be one of those new debutant guys that might sneak in.
Ursenbacher, Kelly Barker says Ursenbacher did qualify last year, but lost heavily to Hawkins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, would be great to see him back though. Yes. I can't remember him losing to Hawkins, but fair enough. Okay.
I did go with Verhey, but
yes.
I could definitely see Craigie or Zhao Zintong making it, and that one looks kind of like a close one.
Yeah, Zintong. Yeah, not totally ruling out Zintong.
No, he's seen him in a few of these tournaments. He's been pretty good. So, but you went with Craigie. I went with Verhey.
Yeah.
Okay. And whoops, we are down to Lee Payfan, Ben Mertens, Chris Wakeland, Matthew Stevens, Simon Lichtenberg, Ivan Kravkovsky, Ian Burns, Zhao Gudong.
Well, Lichtenberg. Did you like Lichtenberg? Was he your faves, Lichtenberg, at one point?
He wasn't. No,
he wasn't. Oh, I thought he was. Anyway, I think that he's a good player. I think he might make the final against Stevens.
So you haven't beat? Yeah, he would have to beat Kravkovsky, Ian Burns, and Zhao Gudong.
Yeah, I think he's good enough to do that.
But what is your reasoning for picking him? Have you seen a lot of his work, like matches and stuff?
No, I just think that I think he might get through the Kafowski because I don't think he'll get out of Russia. I think he'll get a bye over him. He might withdraw.
Yeah, I could see that. Yep.
And then Ian Burns is quite an oldish man. He's not newish. So, and Lichtenberg's on the up. I do like the underdogs though, Mike. I'm an underdog fan.
Yeah.
And I like Gudong, but
yeah, you're going with Lichtenberg.
Not over the whole thing. I'm going with Stevens over the whole thing. Matthew Stevens to get through. But of course, we're going with experience again. So experience with Stevens, like we are with Carter.
So you've got Matthew Stevens. I went with Zhao Gudong.
But I can see Lichtenberg getting to the finalish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. And that would be a good result for him, actually, if he got that
far.
Would. So, all right. And then to the last one, and arguably the most interesting one, is Florian Mussel, Mark King, and Luca Brissell.
Yeah.
Mitchell Mann, Robbie McCougan, and Chen Si Fan, and Stuart Bullrun Bingham.
Yes. Wow. Luca Brissell, you're man.
Luca Brissell.
Just you had his season record. You said it's absolutely shocking.
I can read it out to you quickly. Luca Brissell was last 32, last 64, last 16, last 32, last 64, last 64, last 16, last 128, last 128, and last 64.
Yeah. And
he's had some decent results in the Championship League.
That's because he's not been making them maximums, Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Luca Brissell again, quality player who should be doing more.
Yeah,
hasn't. And yeah, he's just like fading away a little bit, and I don't know why. I don't know the reason for that. But I'll go for Bingham over the whole of them. I think Bingham is strong enough to get through. Although Mark King is quite good. Yes. But yeah, Bingham for the whole lot in that respect.
I didn't realize that Luca Brissell had fallen to rank 47 in the world. That is mind-blowing.
Shocking. That is shocking.
Stuart Bingham just missed. He was ranked 18th, and he had a couple of good results. He was the semi-finals at the Masters. He lost to Jan Bintal in a close one. So that's not like terrible. And he had a quarter-final appearance at the Players' Championship. So he beat Judd Trump, I think.
Yeah, he might have done.
Like in round 1 or something. It was a good match, but so he's had some okay results. But I did take Luca Brissell. So I with all his miserable records.
Yeah.
Actually, other than those results wasn't great, and I hope Stuart makes it in, but I went with Brissell.
Again, experience I'm going on. He's been a world champ before. He's got the experience, but Brissell, honestly. Wow. Yeah, Mike, something else that's interesting to mention. Yes. I didn't know until now, but Matthew Selt is in the top 32.
Yeah, he is. That's right. He is 32nd, I believe.
Yeah, he's 32nd.
Him. He's had a good run here.
He's had a good season, hasn't he? Beating Stephen Hendry, of course.
Yeah.
He had a great run at the Gibraltar.
Yep.
Fantastic. Exactly. So yeah, well done to him. Top 32.
Yeah, I could see him being at the Sheffield.
Bingham will be a handful for anybody, says Dan.
Fair enough.
And Bingham should get through. A lot of people are basically going for Bingham, saying that
It wouldn't shock me if he made it in, but
that's difficult. King, Brissell, Bingham, but I'll go for Bingham. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what people's picks. So I'll just ask everybody that's online, just a quick one. Who is going to win, Jimmy White or Stephen Hendry?
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. That is the big one, without a doubt. 21 years since Bingham caused a seismic shock at the Crucible as a qualifier 21 years ago.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy, isn't it?
That is ridiculous. And he won it in 2015, so he had to wait like 14 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Takes some believing, doesn't it? And I don't want to say Jesus Christ on Easter Sunday, but I said it. Dear.
Oh, you sick and twisted man, I say.
Terrible. Sorry, Scott. But yeah, terrible.
So we've done the qualifying. Now we have a new episode of Lock or No Lock.
Oh dear. Okay, off we go.
So you're all ready? I've got 5 questions. It's lock or no lock, and you can just throw your rationale.
Okay. So White 6-4, and Heart says Stephen, but Head says Jimmy.
So it's So it's gonna be
close. Do you see it going to a final frame?
I I don't think it goes to final frame, but I could see it being 6-4, something like that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, lock or no lock. Here we go.
There will at least one qualifier will make it to the quarterfinals.
Oh, lock.
Lock. Okay.
Lock. Yeah.
There will be at least one century between Jimmy White and Stephen Hendry tomorrow night.
Oh dear. That's a difficult one.
You want to come back to that one? Okay, I can come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Yeah, that's tricky. Thanks, Mike.
There will be 50% capacity allowed or more before the final starts.
See, things keep changing. The government keep changing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go no lock on that.
No lock. I agree with you on that one.
Things keep changing, Mike. You know.
Yeah, I know. Judd Trump will lead with the most centuries at the World Championships this year.
No lock.
No lock. And the class of '92 will all make it to the last 16.
Correct. Lock. I'll go lock on that one.
And and the one you haven't answered is there will be at least one century.
Oh,
Jimmy White and Stephen Hendry tomorrow night.
Can I go ish? Yeah, I'll go lock then. I'll go lock.
Going lock as well. I actually went no lock on the quarterfinal. I went lock on the century. I went no lock on the percentage for the attendance because, like you say, it's changing all the time. Judd Trump, I say Judd Trump will lead. Judd Trump will lead with the most centuries. I have him having a deep run. So
okay.
I think
that's fair. Yeah, fair enough.
And the class of '92 will not all make it to the last 16.
Wow.
So I could see Mark Williams, maybe one of those guys might tumble. Maybe Ronnie tumbles.
Yeah. So, okay.
So yeah,
I've got a lock or no lock for you. Will a top 16 player get knocked out of the first round at the Crucible? Lock or no lock?
Lock.
Yeah,
lock.
I'll go with that as well. I'll go with lock as well.
I think we're going to see a couple names that are going to tumble that we would be surprised to see tumble. And it's all based on the draw, but if someone comes through qualifying looking good, maybe who gets Stuart Bingham, or in your guys' case, Stuart Bingham, if he makes it in. And say you get with Ding Junhui or I don't know, someone like that.
I don't fancy Ding doing any good at the championship, if I'm honest.
No,
can't see him doing any good at all.
So yeah, I think one of the top 16 is going to have a fall for sure.
Yeah,
not sure.
And even if just looking at the draw here, Ding, if he gets through his first match,
yes,
he could be playing Maguire. So he'll get knocked out. Maguire will be.
That's a tough one.
That's nasty. And if Ronnie gets through, which we say he will, but then again, you never know with Ronnie. He could be playing Anthony McGill. That's
a tough match.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine?
Especially after McGill's antics last year.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Yeah.
I could see him causing some concerns for the big guys. So, all right, that was a good segment.
Yes.
I've got
Mark Wilcox says that Sean Murphy will lose in the first round.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah. And Scott's been in touch. Hello, Scott. He said the records for top 16 defeats in round 1 is 8. That's the average, I think, is going on there.
That's the average, or is that?
He says the records for top 16 defeats in round 1 is 8.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's going for. I don't know if he's on average there. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll explain that tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah. What do we know? Do we know what the Ronnie announcement is on Tuesday afternoon? No, we don't.
Nobody knows, but I could see it being something related to the crowd.
Possibly so.
made a point of saying that he likes playing in the empty arenas, and he's not like the most sociable guy in the world. I find it bizarre that he would take a platform like Facebook Live to make an announcement.
Oh, Scott's got the most, by the way. So he said that the records for top 16 defeats in round 1 is 8 is the most.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kelly Barker says, I'm tipping Lizowski, Maguire, and maybe Allen to lose early, and possibly Gilbert.
Yeah, David Gilbert hasn't had a great season. I could see him being knocked out in the first round.
Allen, no, not sure about Allen pick. I think Allen, yeah, I can see where she's coming from.
Oh, absolutely. You could make the case for a lot of guys making a heavy fall in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, get the wrong matchup.
And Dan says, I'm tipping Ronnie to withdraw from the World Champs. It's a possibility.
But that's absurd. That's not absurd at all.
No, and that could be his announcement.
Yeah. It could, maybe he says he's retiring after this season or after next season or something.
It's something like that, because you know what Ronnie's like. It could be just hot air though. What he says tomorrow.
Okay, but I know I'm going off. I know I'm going off topic here, but what do you think as Ronnie is as an ambassador to the sport? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I agree as ambassador for the sport. I think he's done enough in the sport to warrant that card. He's 6 world championships, and and yes, I agree. He's ambassador. Don't you agree?
Look, I give him all the accolades for his play on the table. It's unquestionable, and if it was based strictly on that, you're right. He would be an ambassador. But I've got to say, his voice is not one of an ambassador. I think he lets himself down. He says and does some funny things. Like, I'll give you another example. He says about I'd have to lose an arm and a leg.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you think these lower rated guys deserve that kind of treatment? Yes, Ronnie's
No, I don't. But as we've spoken to our guests before, what they've said is a bit of a kick up the ass.
Okay, all right.
So there's that. On one hand, it's that, and people can look at it like that. On the other hand, people thinking, well, Ronnie shouldn't be talking like that. He just because he's in a position of power, because he's like 1 or 2 in the world, he shouldn't be talking like that to the lower ranked players.
Okay, there's some truth to that, but
is Ronnie right to say what he said because of his in that position?
Yeah, I don't.
And he knows the system. He knows how it works.
But do ambassadors act and talk that way? I question it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I want to make another point quickly here, if I may. We see incidents where Ronnie's banging the tables, banging his cues, throwing rests on the floor.
Yeah.
We don't see that from from Judd Trump or any of these other guys. I'm just questioning his integrity as a quote ambassador for the game. I do. I don't think he's a very good ambassador. His performance and his accolades are great, and I'm a Ronnie O'Sullivan fan. But I think Judd Trump is a far superior ambassador for the sport than
fair
Ronnie
enough. Okay. All right, fair enough. Can I just ask you what you thought of has Alex Higgins been an ambassador for the sport? Is it the same? Is it the same? Is quality on the table? Yes.
His behavior let him down too. No, I don't know the whole history of Alex Higgins. I'll be the first to say it. I know he headbutted officials. He argued with referees. Cliff Thorburn said green ball, and he said he didn't say it.
Yeah.
So you could argue many things. These are just points of thing. So I wouldn't say Alex Higgins was an ambassador for the sport.
Would you put Alex Higgins and Ronnie O'Sullivan in the same category in that respect?
Yeah, I would. Absolutely.
With the way that they say things and the way that their attitude is?
And if you take their whole career body of work, I mean, Ronnie had some issues in his early days as well. I mean, he walked out and conceded a match on Stephen Hendry many years ago. I think it was a UK Championship match. He just walked out and conceded.
He did. He did. Yeah, he did. I agree.
If we're going to take his whole body of work, we have to call out the whole thing.
And he has done some crazy things in the past, like have towels over his head and stuff like that.
It just makes you wonder. He's great for the game from a viewing spectacle on the table, without question. I don't miss a Ronnie O'Sullivan match, but the whole idea that he's the face of snooker and all this, and then you got Barry Hearn saying, "Oh well, Ronnie moans because he loves snooker." Well, I got a question now.
And Chris Henry told us, didn't he, what he was saying to Ding and what he's done with Carter.
Yeah,
you know, these things add up as well. But for his play yes, yeah. I agree. I'm starting to agree with you, Mike. To be honest, I'm honest with you.
Good conversation, and we'll leave it at that. I'd be interested to hear what the other viewers are thinking on that topic. That'd be an interesting.
Well, Dan Parham agrees with you. He says Ronnie is a genius, but he's not an ambassador.
Correct.
Kelly Barker says totally agree with you, Mike. Yep. Mark Wilcox says he agrees with you. I'm not getting much favour, is he? And other players don't fart loudly during matches.
Excellent point. I forgot
that. Yeah, and also, you know, I do not think a lot of Ronnie's stuff is just silly words, though. Nothing really malicious in it, if unnecessary. Alex did some terrible things, like you've said, hitting people and all that sort of thing. So Kelly Barker says, would you agree, Kelly, that Alex isn't an ambassador for the sport as well? That is a good topic, actually, Mike.
Yeah, no, it just happened to pop up at the right time, talking about tomorrow's announcement or whatever he has to say.
Well, Kelly reckons it's to announce a new book or business.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. I guess you're going to Facebook Live. It's going to be something like that. So, all right. We have.
But there again, you never know with Ronnie, do you?
That's
you
true.
never know. It could be just hot air with him. He might be saying, "Oh, I'm retiring." Yep. But like I say, he could just come out. You know what he's like to say stuff. That's the thing.
Exactly. So we'll be watching with bated breath tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yeah, on Tuesday, I think that is, isn't it?
Oh, Tuesday. Sorry. Yes, it is Tuesday. So
yeah.
All right. So before we sign off here, I've got 5 snap questions for you because you've never done them.
No, I don't think I have.
So I couldn't leave the episode without that. So
okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Best long potter currently in snooker.
Judd Trump.
Okay. If you were a snooker pro, what song would play when you enter the arena?
Oh dear me. Okay. Journey, Don't Stop Believing.
Excellent song. Very nice. The funniest movie you've watched?
Funniest movie? Clue.
Clue?
Clue. It's got Tim Curry in it.
Oh, yeah?
It's like a Cluedo kind of film. It's very, very funny, but very confusing halfway through it. But it is very, very hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to take a look. I haven't seen that one. Your go-to beer brand?
Carling. Or Kronenberg. Okay, Carling or Kronenberg. So Kronenberg is a very refreshing drink. Is Kronenberg.
Okay, never had that either. Wow, you got things to catch up on by the looks of it. And the last one, the most influential person in your life?
Wow. Most influential person? Wow, that's a good question.
Yeah. That's 3 now I have to my name.
Okay, well, I'll have to say my granddad, who's no longer with us, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, I think he gave me the strength. I remember he gave me a lot of strength when I was younger.
Okay.
Yes, so yeah, I'd say my granddad. I'm not going into too much on air, but yeah.
No, that's it. That's a great shout out. All right.
Scott says, God Save the Queen would be his song. Walk out to.
Okay, very good.
Kelly said Neither of them, going back to our debate, neither of them have been the best ambassadors.
Correct.
But the style of play was and is magical, and it draws people in more than any normal player who behaved well as well. So yeah, any normal player like, oh, if Ronnie O'Sullivan's playing, people flock to the game, right? And they want to get tickets for that match. Yeah. If Alex Higgins was playing, same thing. People want to get tickets for the match. And I think that's what she means by that, where, you know, they are ambassadors that way. They do draw the crowds.
Absolutely correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, it's just something that we kind of crossed over because of this Facebook thing. So, all right. Any final thoughts before we put a lid on it?
No, I think we've covered everything there. Just to say that I've been putting together an awesome launch video, by the way, for the World Championships. Wait till you see I hope it's gonna knock you out, boy. I'm not giving any secrets or anything, but I've been delving into the archives, and I've pulled up some absolute crackers.
Excellent.
I hope. And some videos are not. And you know, some videos are quite touching, so yeah, that's going out on the 15th, I think, the 15th of April.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the 16th we've got all the build up.
We're going to do because we're going to cover the draw live, are we not?
Yes, we are. I think that's on the 16th, isn't it?
I think you're right on that. It's the 16th, and also we're going to do an audience-only episode where we just have like a round table.
Yeah, we've got to do that as well. So all you guys listening in now who's had your opinions and your comments, when we go into our show of getting the audience anticipation, we'll just set topic questions, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of like what we just did with the...
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get you all. And if people want to join in, possibly people want to join the feed or whatever, we'll do whatever we can.
Exactly. And yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Lovely
stuff, Mike. Thank you very much.
We will be back tomorrow, potentially, covering some more finals. Scott and his almanac will return. And,
if it's had a good night's sleep, Scott, I think I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the book.
Excellent. All right, Graham, have a good night.
Hopefully them pages don't come apart.
All right, everybody, have a good night. That's the end of the episode. See you later.
Yeah. Cheers, Mike. Bye.
Bye.